once you get to your back, just go ahead and bring your knees in towards your chest right away. And give yourself a nice little hug. Feel free to keep the knees nice and wide and just rock from side to side. Massaging your lower back. Then go ahead and cross your right knee just on top of your left knee. Bring your feet down to the floor and then bring your arms over to your shoulders. So you're kind of crisscrossing your arms, maybe reaching behind you. And giving yourself a nice little hug, a little squeeze. At the same time, you're going to unravel the legs and unravel the arms, the opposite leg and opposite arm on top. Land your bottom toes on the floor and give yourself a nice little squeeze. Closing your eyes and really noticing the breath. Go ahead and unravel the arms, cactus your arms. Unravel the legs and bring both of your knees close together. Let your legs fall over towards your left, gazing softly over your right shoulder. And then go ahead and keep the arms. Just bring your knees back in towards the center, towards your chest, and let your legs fall over towards the right now. Gazing softly left. Noticing how the breath moves the body. Come back towards center with both of your legs. Plant both of your feet flat to the floor and cross your right ankle on top of your left knee. You can stay by kind of pressing your right thigh bone away from you. If you want to add on a little bit more, you'll reach behind your left leg, so the hamstring, or a little bit more reaching for the top of the left shin. And keep flexing your right foot a lot as you draw your left thigh towards you and your right thigh away from you. And slowly take your time as you unravel the legs, and you're just going to switch sides. So the right foot stays down on the floor, the left ankle crosses on top of the right knee, just like so. You can stay. If you want to add on a little bit extra, you'll reach behind the right hamstring or on top of the right shin. Keep your shoulders back, the back of the neck long. Take 2 more breaths. Finding some more space on the outside of your left hip. Take your time, you guys, as you slowly bring both of your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your forearms around your shins and give yourself a huge squeeze. Shoulders down, cross your ankles. You can grab on behind your knees or outside of your feet and rock and roll on your spine 2 to 3 times. And then come to all fours. You can let your legs go out to one side or just roll over your 2 shins, stacking shoulders over your wrists and hips over your knees. Keep your toes curled under or tops of the feet down. We'll move to some cat-cows. Stretching the belly as you dip the belly down, lifting the gaze up. And with an exhale, go ahead and round your chin in towards your chest. Let your tailbone fall heavy behind you. Lifting the heart, dropping the tail, dropping the belly, lifting the tailbone. And then exhale as you lengthen through the back of your neck, the entire spine. And then take 2 more rounds in whatever way that feels best for you this morning. And then take your time as you finish off your last round. Come back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes if they're not already tucked. Step your two hands slightly forward, about a palm print, and find downward facing dog as you lift your hips up and back. You can pedal out your feet, lifting one heel and then the other heel. Always spreading the fingers wide, always drawing the armpits towards one another, melting the chest towards the thighs without letting your ribs flare out. And start to look forward towards your hands. Walk your feet forward. Feet are just behind the wrists, so about hip width apart, and grab onto your elbows. You can stay, or once again, you can give yourself a nice little hug. You kind of deserve it right now. If you are giving yourself a hug, just switch the cross of your arms, reaching for the shoulder blades. And take your time as you slowly release your two hands down underneath your shoulders, bending the knees as much as you need. Heel toe your feet close together. Inhale, take a halfway lift, flat back, look forward, hands to shins or fingertips to the floor. Take a breath in and take a breath out as you fold over your two legs, top of the head towards the floor. Okay, one more time, halfway lift, lift the heart, shoulders back. Exhale, fold. A slow rise, slowly one vertebrae at a time. Come up to standing. Reach your two arms up overhead. Exhale, two hands together to your heart center. Samasthiti. Okay, we'll take 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar A to continue to warm up the body. With your next inhale, reach your two hands up towards the ceiling. Gaze up. Inhale. Exhale, hinge at the hips and release your hands down to the floor, bending your knees again as much as you need. Halfway lift, inhale, look forward, let your head come up. Exhale, bend the knees enough so you can place your two hands down on the floor and find your plank pose. So really pressing the calves and the hamstrings up towards the ceiling, charging up the fronts of your thighs, drawing the tailbone slightly back. Just stay here for a moment, finding your foundation and the strength that you have within your body and also in your mind. Press far away down so that you kind of press the back of your heart up towards the sky. Take another breath, hold it here. Forward shift, inhale, exhale as you lower down halfway or to your knees or to your belly. Tops of the feet down, lift your chest any amount, cobra or upward facing dog, up dog, the thighs lift. Exhale, draw your lowest belly in to roll over your toes and find downward facing dog. Take 3 more breaths. And 2. And 1 more. Inhale to lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Look forward, step or lightly hop your feet to your hands. Halfway lift once you get there, look forward. Exhale as you fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, rise. Exhale, two hands to your heart, Samasthiti. 2 more times, use the breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step or jump your feet back. High plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down halfway, find your strength. Upward facing dog, tops of the feet down, lift your chest. Exhale, hug your core in, find downward facing dog. Your reset. The opportunity for you to always come back to the breath and slow things down. Two more breaths. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Step or hop, feet to hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale as you fold over your two legs. Root to rise, press down through the feet. Reach your two arms up. Exhale, gather your two palms together to your heart. Okay, one more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, look forward. Exhale, place your hands down, step or jump your feet back. Lower down, exhale, halfway or to your belly. Inhale, pick up your chest any amount, chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog, Ardha Matsyendrasana. With your next inhale, you're going to reach your right heel up towards the ceiling. Then bend your right knee and open up through your hip. Keep drawing your left hip crease towards the back of your mat, grounding down through the outer blade of your left foot and the left big toe. And then at the same time, think of opening your right knee straight up and to the left. Do whatever feels good, whatever movements feel great. All right, now square your hips and re-extend your right heel nice and high. Imagine someone's pulling the right heel up and away from you. Take a deep breath in, and with your exhale, you're gonna lift your left heel off the floor and round your right knee in towards your forehead. Maybe touch it to your forehead. And look down and step your right foot lightly and carefully in between your two hands. Charge up your legs, rise up, crescent lunge. If this is too much on the shoulders, you can always bring your hands to your hips and find a deep bend in your front knee. So allow there to be work in the legs, and then you can continue to stretch your left heel towards the back of your mat. Okay, take a deep breath in, lift your chest, and with the exhale, you're going to cactus your arms, lift your chest. Let's just do one more. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale as you cactus your arms. Okay, inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, set your hands down to the floor and take a quarter turn to your left so you're in this wide-legged standing forward fold. Come up halfway for a moment. Just make sure that all 10 toes are pointing straight forward. And with an exhale, start to walk your hands back towards your feet. You can keep your two palms flat to the floor or reach for your ankles or the outsides of the feet. Shift your weight forward. Inhale. With your exhale, reach the top of your head straight down to your mat. Lifting the kneecaps up, engaging the tops of your thighs, the quads. That helps to think of lifting the arches of your feet up. You have 2 more breaths. Take your time as you slowly come up halfway. Inhale. Nice, everyone. Quarter turn towards the front of your mat so your right toes are forward and your left toes are back. You're going to slowly bring your hands to your hips. So it's a nice long line from the top of your head to the back heel, as you can see here. Bring your hands to your heart center, squeeze your tummy all the way in towards your spine, and then shift your way forward to your right foot alone and bring your left knee forward. One-legged Tadasana, and keep flexing your left foot a whole lot and cross your left ankle on top of your right knee. Set your hips back and down. Nice, everyone. Nice, Betty. And then go ahead and either stay. If you want to add on a little bit more, you're going to reach your arms forward, biceps next to the ears. If you want a little bit more sensation in the outer left hip, you're going to release your 2 hands towards the floor, or just keep your hands at your heart, resting the elbows on the ankle and on the knee. You have 3 more breaths. Remind yourself that you can do this. 2, and 1. Take your time as you slowly release, bringing the front knee back forward, the arms up, inhale. Exhale, standing splits, 2 hands down, the left toes go up towards the sky. Take an inhale, find a flat back for a moment. And with an exhale, maybe walk the hands a little bit closer to the standing foot as you reach up with the inner arch of your left foot. Nice, take 2 more breaths. Okay, inhale. Exhale as you bring your left knee behind your right knee, and then come all the way down to sitting on your sit bones. Okay, Ardha Matsyendrasana or seated twist. If this is too much on the bottom leg, you can always straighten the bottom leg straight forward. Okay, bring your right arm behind you and lift your left arm straight up to the sky. And with an exhale, go ahead and twist, bringing your left elbow outside of your right knee. Let your sit bones really meet down to the mat as you draw the navel in, lifting the chest, and just take a soft gaze over your right shoulder. Take your time, you guys, as you slowly come back towards center and take an open twist to your left. All right, come back to center. Unravel your legs, come to your sit bones, and find Navasana boat pose. Option 1 is to bring the toes down to the floor and grab behind your knees. 2, you'll bring your shins to parallel with the floor. 3, you'll extend your arms forward and maybe straighten the legs. Balance on your sit bones. Try to bring your thighs, so your quadriceps, towards your belly. Find different thoughts. Take a deep breath in, believe in yourself, and stay. Cross your ankles, roll over your shins, or let your legs go out to one side, and find downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Out your nose, exhale. Nice, everyone. Lift your left heel now, nice and high up towards the sky. Bend your left knee and open up through your hip. Try your best to encourage your right hip crease towards the back of your mat. At the same time, keep pointing your left knee straight up and to your right. Squaring the shoulders down. Nice, everyone. Square your hips. So point your left toes straight down and lift higher with the left heel. Take an inhale as you lift your right heel off the floor. Exhale, curl your left knee all the way in towards your forehead. Let them meet if possible. Look down and very carefully and softly plant your left foot in between both of your hands. Take your time. On your next inhale, you're going to rise up, crescent lunge. So take your time. If you need to bring your hands to your hips to start with the base, you're going to bend deeply into your left knee. And then once you get there, you can start to work towards straightening the right heel back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as you cactus your arms, lift your chest straight up to the sky. One more time, inhale. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach your 2 arms up. Exhale, release your 2 hands down to the floor. Take a quarter turn to your right. So again, you're in Prasarita Padottanasana, or straight-legged, wide-legged forward fold. Okay, take a deep breath in, lengthen your chest. And with an exhale, you're going to just take a wide limb down dog. So you're going to take your 2 hands out straight forward of you and stretch your hips back, really grounding down through the pinky toe and the big toe as you melt the chest down towards the floor. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Now walk your hands towards your heels, so away from you, fingertips facing away from you, palms facing down, melt the top of your head towards the floor. Take your time, everyone. Slowly come up halfway. Breathe in. Nice, everyone. Take a quarter turn towards the front of your mat. So your left toes are forward, your right heel lifts. Strong in your feet and strong in your legs, you're going to walk your two hands up to your hips. So the top of your head is nice and long, all the way up to the back heel. Draw your tummy in as you bring your hands to your heart center. Stay strong in your front foot and shift your weight forward to your left foot as you bring your right knee all the way forward and through one-legged Tadasana. Nice, you guys. You're going to cross your right ankle on top of your left knee now. A strong flex in the right foot. You'll start to shift your hips back and then down. The more you bend into your left leg, you'll find more sensation outside of your right hip. Option to stay, or a little bit more, you'll reach your two arms straight forward. If you want a deeper stretch for the outer hip, you can slowly start to release the hands down to the floor. You're here for 3 full breaths. One more. Take your time as you slowly bring your hands back to your heart. Slowly rise up, strong left leg, point your front knee forward. Arms up, breathe in. Nice, everyone. Exhale, 2 hands down. Your right leg goes straight up, standing splits. Take an inhale, come up halfway, flatten your back. Keep the length in your spine as you maybe walk the hands a little bit closer to your standing foot, reaching the opposite heel straight up, reaching up with the inner arch of your left foot. You have 2 more breaths. Make them full and make them complete. One more. Take a deep breath in. And with an exhale, you're going to bring your top knee just behind your left knee and come all the way down to sitting. All right, you're going to bring your left arm behind you, reach your right arm straight up, and exhale as you twist to your left. Reaching up with the crown of your head and finding a soft gaze and relaxed shoulders as you gaze behind you. Take your time as you slowly come to center and take an open twist to your right. Nice, you guys. Come back towards center. Bring your hands behind you. Navasana boat pose. We all need a little bit of core at this time. So again, you have your options: toes down, shins straight forward, parallel to the floor, or arms forward. If you want a little bit more, challenge yourself to straighten the legs. Think of bringing your thighs towards your chest. Take an inhale, small pulses, thighs towards the chest. Exhale. Take 3 more, breathe in, thighs towards the chest, breathe out. 2 more, inhale, exhale. 1 more, inhale, exhale, squeeze and hold. Cross your ankles, roll over your shins, or let your legs go out to one side and find downward facing dog. Lift your hips up. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Out your nose, exhale. Okay, in your downward facing dog, bring your 2 feet all the way together so that they touch. Shift your weight forward, inhale. Plank pose. Okay, from plank pose, the option is going to be to come down to your knees and find Modified side plank, so this will be it. This is your first option. If you need to take a look at the computer screen or your phone screen, this will be it. The second will be to bring your feet together, step your left hand slightly forward, and roll onto the outer blade of your left foot as you find side plank. So you have your first option on the bottom knee, or your second, stacking your feet. Take a deep breath in, lift the hips up a little bit higher, draw your bottom hip back a little bit more, and stay as you breathe out. One more, inhale. Exhale, plank pose. 3-limb plank, extend your right foot towards the back of your mat. Inhale, stay for your exhale. Imagine someone's pulling your right heel up and back as you find 3-limb dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as you step your right foot in between both of your hands and drop your back knee down to the floor. Find low lunge. Nice, everyone. Straighten your front leg and find half splits. Ardha Hanumanasana. So take a look over at the screen if you need to. I have my hips stacked over the back knee and the front toes flex towards the nose without locking out the front leg. Lift your chest, breathe in, and let your chest reach forward and in between your shoulders, leading with the chin as you fold. Keeping your spine long. And sending the breath to the right hamstring. Take your time as you look forward, bend into your right knee. Slowly bring your 2 hands up to your right thigh. Bringing the tailbone down towards the floor, pressing the front thigh forward, lifting the chest. Inhale as you reach your 2 arms up towards the sky. Biceps next to the ears. Nice, everyone. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as you side bend to your right. The right hand comes down towards the floor or to the hip, and the left arm up and over the left ear. Very nice, everyone. Take your time as you slowly reach your 2 arms back up. Tuck your back toes. All right, let's see. It's going to be the left arm that's going to come underneath the right, and you're going to give yourself a hug just like you did in the beginning of class. Either stay or bring your 2 palms together, eagle arms. Lift your elbows up and bring your hands away from the face. Make sure your back toes are tucked and lift the back knee off the floor. Getting ready for full eagle or Garudasana, you're going to start to shift your weight forward, hovering the heart up and over the front thigh. Shift your weight forward onto your right foot and bring your left knee all the way forward. You can either cross left ankle on top of the right knee or just set the left leg up and over the right leg once, maybe just leaving the toes on the floor, or twice, maybe wrapping the left foot behind the right calf. Center everything into the midline, and you can stay upright or you can slowly start to nest belly button to the spine and rounding. Take your time, everyone. Slowly start to rise back up, back to your eagle. Unravel your arms up towards the sky. Unravel your left leg off of your right leg. You're going to bring your left toes behind your right leg to the right. Bring your right hand down and your left arm up and over your left ear. Nice, everyone. Take your time as you first bring your 2 arms up to the sky. Shift your way forward onto your right foot and bring your left knee straight forward. Inhale. Exhale back to your standing splits, 2 hands down, left toes up. Take a deep breath in. And with the exhale, you're gonna bring your left knee behind your right knee. And staying this way, lifting the left toes up. Exhale, bringing the left knee behind the right knee, or continuing by bringing the hands to the heart. You have 3 more, total 5. Inhale, exhale, 2 more, inhale, exhale. Last one, breathe in and breathe out. 2 hands down, inhale, left toes up, bend into your right knee and land the left toes to the back of your mat. Walk your right foot over towards the right side of your mat so you're in a runner's lunge with your back knee off of the floor. Take some circles with your right hip. And then take those circles the other way. Nice, everyone. All right, come back to center, charge up your back leg and roll onto the outer blade of your left foot and just step your right foot halfway down your mat. So it should look like this. All right, strong press into the floor with your left hand. And maybe bringing the right hand to the right thigh for a moment, kind of encouraging the thigh bone away from you. Squeeze your tummy and now reach your right arm straight forward or back. With an inhale, you're going to lift your hips and your top arm over your top ear. Release all the way back down, exhale. 2 more times, inhale and exhale. Nice, everyone. 1 more time, breathe in and breathe out. 2 hands down, tuck the back toes, step your right foot back. Inhale, forward shift, exhale, lower all the way down to your tummy. Bring the hands just underneath the shoulders, tops of the feet down, lift your knees off the floor, press into your hands, lift your chest any amount, stretch your tummy. Exhale, chest forward and down. Curl your toes under, lift your knees off the floor, press all the way up to plank. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Deep full breaths, breathe in. Out your nose, breathe out. Take your time as you shift your weight forward and just come down to your 2 knees for a moment. Reach your 2 hands forward and make some circles with your wrists. Yep, perfect. And now take those circles the other way. And now bring the tops of your hands together and then curl your fingers towards the wrists, just like that. Nice, you guys. Now you're gonna bring your 2 hands down to the floor just in front of your knees. And let's see if you can see me from here. You're gonna walk your fingertips so that they face your knees and just start to shift your weight back, bending your elbows towards your knees so that the heels of your hands begin to lift. This should feel nice in the forearms, the wrists, the fingertips. Nice, everyone. We'll come back to straight to downward facing dog, hands down, tuck your toes, lift your hips up. All right, in downward facing dog, you're gonna bring your feet all the way together so that they touch. Inhale as you shift your weight forward to plank pose. And then this is where you'll have your 2 options. So the first one, option 1, you're gonna drop down to your right knee and extend your left toes, either to the floor or to the back of your mat. The second is to step your right hand slightly forward over your right shoulder, roll onto the outer blade of your right foot as you extend your left arm up. You have 3 more breaths, you can do it. 2 and 1. Take your time. Come back to your plank pose. Knees are off the floor now. And in your plank pose, you're going to find 3-limbed plank. So you're going to extend your left foot off of the floor. Think of someone grabbing your ankle as you inhale, start to come up 3-limbed dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, step your left foot all the way forward in between your two hands and drop your back knee down to the floor. Nice, everyone. Half split, straighten your front leg. Hips are stacked over the back knee. Lift your chest, draw your shoulders back. Make sure your left toes are flexed towards your nose as you begin to fold. Allow every single breath to find a little bit more space behind the left leg. Take your time as you start to gaze forward, bend into your left knee. Bring your two hands up to your left thigh. And think of drawing your belly in so that you're able to lengthen the tailbone down. Keeping the hands at the thighs and starting to stretch the front part of your right hip. Okay, inhale as you take your arms up. Exhale as you side bend to your left. So the left hand can reach down to the floor or towards the floor, or you can just bring your left hand to the hip. Right arm reaches up and over the right ear. Take your time as you bring your two arms back up. And this time you're going to bring your right arm underneath your left and you'll give yourself a hug. Or eagle wrap, two hands come together, your palms together. Make sure your back toes are tucked so that you're able to lift your back knee off the floor. Nice, everyone. Bring your elbows up, hands away from the face. Shift your weight forward onto your left foot so your heart hovers up and over your front thigh. Bring your weight all the way forward and bring your right knee straight forward. You can either cross your right ankle on top of the left knee or take a full eagle, Garudasana. You can just land the toes on the floor if that's too much or find the full wrap. You can stay upright, or if you want, you can nest by hollowing out your tummy and rounding your elbows up and over your two knees. Find stability in your standing foot. Take your time, everyone, as you slowly come back. Unravel your arms all the way up. Unravel your right leg off of your left leg. And now bring your right toes all the way behind you to the left. And then bring the left hand down and the right arm up and over the right ear. So you're finding a side bend. Take your time as you slowly bring your two arms up first. Strong right leg, bring your left knee forward, inhale. Exhale, standing splits, two hands down, right leg goes up. All right, take a deep breath in. With your exhale, bring your right knee behind your left knee. You have 4 more. You can stay with hands on the floor or bring your hands together. Breathe in, breathe out. Right knee behind the left knee. 3 more times. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Last 2. Last 1. Hands down, inhale, right leg goes up. Bend into your left knee, right toes step back. Runner's lunge, step your left foot off to the left and stay on your hands and stay off of your back knee. Find some movement in the outer left hip as you begin to take circles in one direction. And now take your circles in the other direction. Nice, everyone. Take your time. Come back to center. Ground down through your right hand. Roll onto the outer blade of your right foot and step your left foot just halfway down your mat. and start to sink your right hip down towards the floor. Bring your left hand to your left thigh and kind of encourage the thigh bone away. Feels pretty nice. And now bring your left hand towards your back foot or the back edge of your mat. With your inhale, you're going to lift your hips and lift your left arm up and over your left ear. With your exhale, you'll drop your hips and reach back. 2 more. Use the breath. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Nice, you guys. 2 hands down. Curl the back toes. Step your left foot back. Plank pose. Inhale. Forward shift. Exhale. Lower down all the way to your belly. Hands underneath the shoulders. Tops of the feet down. Lift the kneecaps off the floor. Inhale. Lift your chest any amount. Exhale. Child's pose. Widen the knees and bring your 2 big toes to touch. Let the hips reach back towards the heels and your 10 fingers stretch forward. Forehead towards the floor. Finding a nice, soothing, and rhythmic breath. Three more full breaths. Find 1 more. Nice, everyone, and then take your time as you slowly start to make your way carefully up to your hands and your knees. From your hands and your knees, you can keep your toes curled under or tops of the feet down, depending if you want to get a stretch through the bottoms of your feet, and you're gonna just bring your hips to your heels and your hands to your knees. All right, while you're here taking a short rest, I'll show you guys an option that we can take in the next set. And I'll give you a first option and then a second option, which we kind of already did today. Okay, so while you're here, while you're still stretching your feet, I'll show you guys can look over at me. We'll start in, this is gonna be the first option, we'll be here. And hold here. The second is to, once you're in your side plank, you're going to reach your bottom leg forward and maybe take eagle wrap with the arms or eagle wrap with the legs as you stretch the arm over. And then we'll come through to our half pigeon. Okay? All right. So once you're over your feet stuff, we'll come to side plank. So remember, the first option is to step that right foot just halfway down the mat and stretch the arm overhead. The second, so the left hand's gonna be down, the right arm's gonna be up if you're in your full side plank. Your left leg will go forward and then wrap up and over your leg once or twice and stretch the right arm up and over the right ear. Wherever you are, take 2 more breaths. 1 more, lift the hips, and release, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg goes up, bend the knee, open up the hip. You can stay or you can flip your dog all the way by bringing your right toes to the left side of your mat, reaching the right fingertips up. Half pigeon pose, right hand down, right knee comes behind the right wrist as the left toes extend back. If this does not feel good for the knee, you can always take this on your back. Then once you're ready, you can melt the chest forward and down. Letting your hips settle down towards the floor. Take 3 to 4 more full breaths. Nice, everyone. Take your time and slowly walk up to your 2 hands. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. And then all the way up towards the sky. Give it a little shake. And then find downward facing dog. All right, once you're in your down dog, shift your way forward, plank pose. And then drop down to your 2 knees. All right, let's take the second side of that weird side plank with the eagle legs. Once again, this time I believe it's going to be the right hand down and the left arm up. Your first option being stepping the left foot halfway down, just like we did earlier, and lifting the hips and holding that one. Or left arm up, your right leg will go forward and right leg will wrap up and over your left side bend. You have 3 breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog, left hand down, 2 feet down. Inhale, lift your left leg up, bend your left knee, open up your hip. Staying or letting your left toes fall all the way to the right. Wild thing, lift your hips and lift your left arm up. Left hand down, left leg up. Exhale, left knee behind the left wrist. Downward facing pigeon or on your back. And once you're ready, you can slowly walk the hands all the way forward and down. Take 3 more full deep breaths. Take your time. If you're not on your hands already, come up to your hands slowly. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee. Bring your left knee all the way in towards your nose. Then send your left leg up and give it a nice little shake. And find downward facing dog. Ardha Matsyendrasana. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Out your mouth, exhale. Inhale, shift your way forward all the way to plank. Exhale as you lower all the way down to your tummy. All right, from your tummy, we'll get into our chest. I'll give the first option to reach your right hand straight out to the right, lined up with your shoulder. You can let the palm face down, or you can let the palm face up so that your thumb points towards the back of your mat. You'll tent your left fingertips and you roll onto your left side. You can there bend the top knee. You can even reach behind you and take a half bind. If you have the flexibility, you can reach for your other hand. Then take your time as you slowly come back to your tummy carefully, and you'll do the same thing on the second side. Just be aware if you let the palm face down on the first side, try to get it on the second side the same way, or the palm facing up. Roll onto your left side once you're ready. You can bend the right knee. You could take a half bind with your right hand. You can reach for your other palm with the right palm. Take your time as you slowly come back to your tummy. By this time, you're going to interlace your fingers behind you or cactus your arms if that's not available for you. Reach the knuckles towards the heels as you begin to lift your chest. If that feels all right, you'll start to lift the legs. Hold for 3. Lift a little bit higher through the crown of your head and your toes. 2. Lift the thighs, and 1. Hands come down underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes under, lift the knees. Try your best, hug the elbows in. Use your core press up to plank. And downward facing dog. From down dog, lift the heels nice and high. Bend the knees. Look forward, step or jump through to a seat. Yay, nice job, everyone. All right, you're gonna bring the soles of your feet close together and work your heels really close to you. So if you were to take a look at your shins, they'd almost be in a straight line, not that they have to be. And lift your chest, inhale. You can either just lead with the chest or curl the chin in towards your chest. You can guide the inner thighs down by pressing softly with the elbows and the forearms to start to open up through the inner thighs. All right, inhale as you pick up your chest. Exhale as you straighten your 2 legs out, Upavishta Konasana. All right, let's start with the hands to the thighs, kind of giving your tops of the thighs a little massage. Yes, that might feel good. All right, and we'll bring the hands behind the hips, lift your chest, flex your toes towards your nose, pressing that little gap just behind the knees down to the floor. You can stay. If you could keep a nice long spine, you can start to walk the hands forward. Still flexing toes towards your nose. Be mindful of where you are today, and if it doesn't feel good, you can always back off and stay here. If you can find the courage to walk the hands a little bit more forward, go ahead and do so. Listening to the body, being aware of the thoughts that begin to arrive. You have 3 more breaths. Take your time as you slowly walk up to your hands. Grab on behind your knees and bring your feet all the way forward. Dandasana, staff pose. You're going to bring your hands just next to your hips. Flex your toes so much your heels might lift. So you're really working the tops of your thighs. Draw the belly in, lift the chest, shoulders back. Purvottanasana, or reverse table, or reverse plank. You're going to walk the hands now a handprint back, and the fingertips are still going to be pointing to your heels. You're going to lift the hips, either keeping the legs straight for a little bit less. You'll bring the bottoms of the feet down. Once you're ready, everyone inhale, lift the hips. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Out your mouth, exhale. Take your time as you slowly bend the knees so you can let the hips come down. Come down to your 2 forearms and slowly lower all the way down and onto your back. And once you get on your back, we'll find bridge pose just to counter everything for a moment. Keeping the feet right underneath the knees, hip width apart. Lifting the hips once you're ready and bringing one shoulder underneath you at a time. All right, you can stay in your bridge pose or you can interlace your fingers underneath you. And if you want a little bit more for the glutes, you can lift the 10 toes off the floor and kind of take some pulses as you press the heels down into the floor, lifting the hips and lowering the hips. You have 5 more breaths. And 3, 2, and 1. Take your time as you slowly lower one vertebrae at a time, letting the tailbone come down to the floor last. Bringing the knees in towards the chest, reaching for the ankles or the outsides of the feet and rocking from side to side. When removing pose, let your left heel reach forward and bend your right knee, letting the right thigh reach out and around the right rib cage towards the right shoulder. Taking this into a twist, bringing the right knee across your body to the left. You can keep the right knee bent, or you can straighten your right leg, your top leg, and maybe reach for the right foot with the left hand. You can also even bend the left knee, the bottom leg, and reach for the bottom foot with your right hand. And take your time as you slowly come back to happy baby, just to neutralize the spine, reaching for the ankles or the feet, rocking from side to side. When removing pose, second side, straighten your right heel straight forward, bending the left knee and bringing your left thigh around your left rib cage. Back of the neck long, shoulders back. And taking this into a twist as you bring your left knee off to the right, either keeping the leg straight or maybe you straighten the left leg. So either bent or straight left leg. You can reach for the left foot with the right hand. You can even bend the right knee and reach for the right foot with your left hand. Taking your time as you slowly come back to center, bringing both of your knees in towards your chest. Wrapping your forearms around your two shins. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, find your Shavasana as you reach your two legs forward. And your two arms down your sides. If it feels better for your lower back, you can bend your knees, bringing the feet mat width and letting the knees fall towards one another. And then taking at least about 60 seconds or so to find some rest, to slow down the breath, to slow down all the thoughts that begin to arrive in your head. If you feel like you want to stay here a little bit longer, please do. And if you're ready to slowly start to finish off your practice, you'll start to take some deeper breaths. And some gentle movements through the hands and through the feet. And slowly, maybe reaching the arms overhead and pointing the feet straight forward. And coming into a fetal position as you bring your knees in towards your chest and roll on to either your left or to your right side. And taking your time if you want to stay there, or slowly pressing up to a comfortable seat with your eyes closed. Bringing your two hands together to your heart center, lifting up through the chest and reaching the crown of your head up. Keeping the chest lifted, a slight tuck of the chin towards the chest, and then thumbs to the third eye. A gentle bow for yourself for showing up this morning. We're taking the time to stretch, to move, and really simply just breathe and be present. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Namaste.